All right. Good morning. Thank y'all so much for joining us out here. It was early morning for the sheriff's office, but pretty successful. We executed a series of warrants in pre-dawn, and I'll give you the locations. 101 Alexander Hamilton is where we are right now in the Jefferson High School area. 4447 Wrangler Run on the deep southeast Bexar County. And then 11106 Victory Cavern, far northwest Bexar County. These are all related operations, but what this is our organized crime division working with our criminal investigations division, executed a series of warrants. Some of these are for unrelated type incidents. Of course, we believe that it's part of something bigger that I'm not at liberty to give too much information on, but I will give you as much information as I possibly can this morning. The suspects that we do have in custody are Brian Salazar, tampering with evidence and deadly conduct charges, Jocelyn Guzman, fraud charges. Those two were both arrested at 11106 Victory Cavern. We also have Isaiah Perales for auto theft. He's in custody. He was at Wrangler Run. Still at large is the suspect that was here. We were hoping to find him here, but he is not here. We will be sharing his photograph with you all with your desks as soon as possible because we are asking for help from the public in getting him in custody. His name is Ashton Garcia. December 2nd of 2005. He's wanted for auto theft. Now, it should be noted that we were able to get these folks all in custody and without incident on any of them. Our SWAT team executed 2 of the warrants, and then our fugitive apprehension unit executed this one here. We do consider it a success, and at all 3 locations we have found evidence that does tie them together, but it also ties them to various auto thefts and different other charges. We have found narcotics and weapons at least one of the locations. And again, we're hoping that somebody can give us the information on where Mr. Ashton Garcia can be found. Esta mañana nosotros ejecutamos varias órdenes de arresto y órdenes de cateo en diferentes partes del condado. Nuestro equipo de SWAT y nuestro equipo de fugitivos ejecutaron las órdenes en todas las casas al mismo tiempo en la madrugada. Nosotros tuvimos éxito en arrestar varias personas que ellos tienen cargos por varios delitos, algunos relacionados y algunos no. Pero ahorita tenemos 3 bajo arresto y se busca el sospechoso de esta casa, Ashton Garcia, que les vamos a dar la fotografía a las estaciones con las esperanzas que el público nos pueda ayudar con encontrar el sospechoso. Nos pueden llamar a cualquier hora. 210-335-6000. 210-335-6000. Si tienen información tocante dónde puede estar Ashton Garcia. Any questions so far?
So are they all working together?
This is all part of an organized crime ring where these folks, they all know each other. They all work together to steal cars. That's basically their thing. Now, we are hoping to find evidence of other crimes, certainly. But at the very least, this morning, it was a highly successful operation in breaking up an auto theft ring at this point.
How many vehicles have they been connected to?
Well, it's been quite a few, and quite frankly, the charges that we have on them right now are somewhat limited in scope. But we found evidence here that like, for example, we found a device here in this location that is used to clone the key fobs for other vehicles. And so what we're hoping for and what we believe is that device actually saves information on any devices that they cloned. And so what we're hoping for is to get into that, and this may blow things wide open for us on a wider charge.
Is this connected to any high-profile cases?
It could be. It could be. That's certainly what we're hoping for, right? Whenever we execute something like this, we're hoping that it'll lead us to bigger and better things, and that's the indicator right now. So for right now, I will call it an auto theft ring, but if we are able to break it up, break something else bigger open, I will absolutely be calling you.
Were there specific cars that they were going after?
It looks like Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers, things like that, but we do have evidence that there's other makes and models as well.
Any area specific in the county or in the city that they were targeting?
I think these guys were just going wherever the pickings were good. You know, as I mentioned, they live all over the place, so that's why it took us. It was a pretty successful operation, but it took a lot of coordination between our SWAT team, our organized crime group, and our criminal investigators working together. And I was out monitoring the radio on all three, and literally within seconds of each other, they were able to coordinate and hit all three at the same time, despite the fact that one's 20 miles that way and one's 20 miles that way.
And what were they doing with these cars? Just breaking in?
Breaking in, reselling, breaking in, stealing, and then using them to steal other cars. You know, these folks are pretty sophisticated. You know, y'all have done quite a bit of coverage on these high-tech auto theft rings that, you know, are able to clone these pretty sophisticated key fobs and still use those to access vehicles. It's a scary thing, but we're happy that we were able to get these guys in custody. No, estos todos son ciudadanos americanos, son nacidos aquí.
Was this operation weeks, months in the making?
It's been several months in the making. It took quite a bit of coordination to get to where we are paperwork-wise, but to get to where we are physically, I mean, these locations are nowhere close to each other, and it took a lot of coordination to hit them simultaneously.
For the person that is still on the run, what message do you have?
For the person that's still on the run, he might want to consider turning himself in sooner rather than later, because we're not going to stop looking for him. We have several locations that we have that are associated with him, whether he knows it or not, and we are going to continue to look for him and you know, to save his friends and family and associates a whole lot of headache and heartache. He may want to consider turning himself in.
And he said theft of vehicles, fraud, and
Auto theft, fraud, and deadly conduct. And we did find weapons and narcotics at some of the locations. Sí, uno de estos cargos es por cometer violencia, pero también hay otros de robar carros y fraude. Nosotros tenemos las esperanzas que vayamos a encontrar evidencia de otros delitos y el único que se busca es este sospechoso de aquí. Okay, is that it? Thank y'all so much.